And there it is. 50 cars line up in the grid. Farah Kamal is in first place. Callum Gibbens is in third. Where will the championship protagonists head into as we're about to start the race 1? A split via the 2022 Hololive GT3 Japan Series season finale. Round 10 here in Suzuka. Farah Kamal. Look at Farah Kamal already consolidating the gap here over Kaczynski. Gibbons is in third, and look at Gibbons actually. You talked about the very spicy take of Farah Kamal taking Kaczynski to hold off Gibbons, but look at this actually. The Mustang actually going to try to go side by side with Santini, but the gap right now is not on the favor of the Lexus right now as Callum Gibbons peels into the pits. The first driver to do basically pit for basically fresh rubber. And look at Bumai already going all around the outside, but now look at Azad trying to make a move around the inside, but not quite close enough. He will basically break the all-time wins record for anyone in Hololive GT3. And look at this. Look at Puma really hounding the rear of basically Vladislav Damashev, really trying to get himself as close as possible to Damashev. And look at him trying to go way wide there. Look at Azad trying to make a move around the inside, but they're not alongside now. So Puma holds on to 5th place. Stay. Vasilyev will stay. Petrov will stay. Snooks will also stay. Kaczynski actually no. Kaczynski has actually managed to exit ahead of Callum Gibbons, and actually that's not going to do Gibbons any favors. George Kaczynski is actually, come to think of it, your spicy hot take might just as well come true after all. But look at Callum Gibbons trying to make a move around the inside as he's desperate to try to get past the 74.
Yeah, like oh yes, they're not that far off at this point. It's just, you know, we thought it was going to be over help there, but no, it's just coming. Not 203 Gibbons actually sort of tailored off a bit. Is that coming out?
And actually, no, the Mustang actually manages to commit to his overcut strategy very well as well. He manages to actually beat Callum Gibbons, and now Callum Gibbons is going to try to make the move, try to make the same move that Kaczynski has made. So Callum Gibbons has not just had one Lexus car that is currently getting in his way, it's now 2 Lexus cars. Mustang out on track. The Mustang here we see that the blue Lexus car, and as you can see the drivers are going to slow down. Here comes even more insanity. Look at this. Puma has now exited ahead of Callum Gibbons now. So Callum Gibbons has now dropped down to the net 5th place. And let's see if Gibbons can try to make a pass. No, he cannot. Moment she's going to be breaking records. The previous record holder for the most race wins in Hololive GT3 is Muhammad Shaheen Reza. He has brought Farah Kamal in Hololive GT3 for round 5 of the season, and now Farah Kamal is going to come across the line to win race 5 of her career, the most out of anyone so far. Looking at Santini though, this is another battle we want to look out for. Callum Gibbons manages to defend crucially by the skin of his teeth against basically Catherine Vasilyev finishes second, Ryan Kaczynski third, Vladislav Damashev fourth, Fumai fifth, Leo sixth, Callum Gibbons 7th place on the grid, Azad at 9th, Santini 8th. Championship, the Casio 10th. 2022 Hololive GT3 Japan Series will get underway. Fumai qualifies on pole for the Farah Kamal alongside for the final race of the 2022 Hololive GT3 Japan Series season, and it gets underway now. And as we've mentioned here, Farah Kamal having a very good launch there in the Honda. But oh, look at Callum Gibbons having a very good launch there. He's going to go 3 wide. Not exactly 3 wide, but Farah Kamal will instantly assume the race lead. Look at Fumai getting shoved out of the track. And look at Gizuhara Leo making a very staunching start up to 4th. Snook started 8th, is now up to 6th, now dropped down to 7th. Santini defends for as much as he can at the moment. Multiple drivers jostling for position. Azad is currently in 12th, so hard to 13th. Looking at the battle here right now, Farah Kamal leads. Fumai 2nd, Callum Gibbons 3rd, Gizuhara Leo 4th, Cashew 5th, Santini 6th, Thomas Snook 7th, Damashev 8th. Farah Kamal have currently in the pits. There is a lot of it. There's a big issue with the electronics at the moment. It's actually bigger than it thought. It's not just about a control alt delete situation right now. Farah Kamal has had a massive issue with the car, and that as it is said that she's reporting that her car is basically turning off and on, off and on, off and on. And with the car off, basically in the pits, she can't get it fired back on. But as it stands right now, Farah Kamal is still struggling to get that car fired up. She's still stuck in the pits. At the moment, all Gibbons needs is to stay close to Fumai and looking into Farah Kamal. Okay, they got the car fired back up again. They got the car fired back up again, but now she is definitely well back from the rest of the field.
and stretch out that stint, then there is a lot of potential there.
And looking into the pit lane activity right now, Count Gibbons assumes the race lead. Leo and Kasha will stay out for just a bit. Santini will be the next driver to pit, as does Vladislav Domashnev, Raja Kaczynski, Matej Juan de Porto, Azad, and Sergei Petrov. Like we mentioned, is currently an active pit lane here at the moment. On track at the moment. This would mean that, oh, look at this. Domashnev and Deporter really going to start battling side by side here at the moment. The lot, Wawasawato is backed up of field by quite a bit. And looking at Domashnev side by side at Dull. You don't see this every day. Looking into, and then we're trying to see some battles. And now fan out to double file once, single file once again. A brief battle here, but it's going to be pretty interesting. Callum Gibbons is still, now, yes, Callum Gibbons is now being called into the pits.
Now, very critical pit stop here from my exiting spin curve. At the moment, we expect Shumai to come out ahead. I think around 36 seconds was the gap in heading into pit entry, so Shumai should have the advantage. But now it's all up to Gibbons to try and use that fresh tyres and lower fuel run to the end.
Defense from Kaczynski just a bit. Right now, we're going to be looking into Fumai. Going to be trying to look into a move. Earl already down the inside. Now back to the slipstream there for Fumai. Now on the outside into 130R. This could work if there's a side by side, but what the case is, both of them have their sense of battle. It's a great battle there. Now Fumai's up to second.
Is now back in clear air.
And looking at the battle, we've seen the 30 and the 64 battle before. It was Shadan Reza and Shakib Reza. Now it's Callum Gibbons versus Andrew Rakimbayev down into turn one. Callum Gibbons is going to try to make every move count in the championship. Gibbons is now past Andrew Rakimbayev with worn tires. And it's basically karma for back in Okayama. Yes, we know it's for between different drivers, but it's a 64 battle winning against a 30. It's going to be a splash and dash right now. Looking at Callum Gibbons' gap between Fumai is now really close down to 1.3 seconds. This could go down to the wire. Actually, we want to take a look into the lap times between Fumai and Gibbons. 203.154, 202.347 for Callum Gibbons. Let's see if Callum Gibbons can pull off the upset and make the pass on the last lap. Race lead Fumai has right now is currently still intact right now. Gibbons, I don't think there will be much of an opportunity for Callum Gibbons as much as he would like to try. Callum Gibbons is putting up an insane effort in this championship. He only has one win to his credit, but let's not forget the fact that he's one of the most consistent drivers in Holo GT3 up until this point. But even then, I don't think it's going to be enough for Fumai to basically take the chance of this race lead. Fumai will hold on to this race lead. And with Fumai leading this race for Tokino Sora, the OG member of Hololive, Fumai will be the winner here in Suzuka. And with that out of the way, Callum Gibbons finishing second. Yukihana Lamy, representative for Farah Kamal, is your 2022 Hololive GT3 Japan Series Split Beat champion.